after being charged with 3 counts. 3 people arrested after a police pursuit and short manhunt Wednesday afternoon. It started in Carthage, but ended about 5.5 miles northeast of town. During that pursuit, speeds topped out at 100 miles an hour at times. 27-year-old Jorge Bernabe, 40-year-old Yolanda Sells, and 42-year-old Michael Markham all taken into custody on various charges. Well, leaders of Kansas's Republican legislature backing off of a threat to sue Democratic Governor Laura Kelly for vetoing parts of a GOP education funding bill, but they still doubt the legality of her actions. Your News is a service of affordable dentures and implants, making new smiles affordable every day. See them in the Bel Air Shopping Center near Firehouse Subs or call 800-DENTURE. It's affordable dentures and implants. Go ahead and smile. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
Sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. We'll see clear skies, low 50s tonight. Sunshine, upper 70s for tomorrow. Low 80s, more sunshine on Sunday. And then Memorial Day Monday, gorgeous sunshine with highs in the mid-80s.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is showing a few clouds over the 4 states.
59 in Knowles, 62 in Pittsburgh, 61 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Stetson from Pierce City.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Stetson. And if you'd like your kids or your class group or whomever to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com, go to the Morning KIX page, and then click on the button there to find out how to upload your audio.
Are you going to be grilling this weekend?
Well, definitely. It's the inaugural grilling weekend.
Whether you're going to have hot dogs or hamburgers, you got to fire up that grill and chow down.
Might want to rethink the hot dogs thing. We'll tell you why later in this hour. But here's Megan Maroney.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
They made brats.
You're not allowed to wear that stuff at your graduation.
Stop. At Wade's RV yesterday, they were grilling up brats, and they were so
I love
good.
Brats, but they make me sick.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what he did to them, but I was like,
I know what he did.
No.
We saw it.
I was like, what did you do? Like, these are so good. And he was like,
what did you
special
do?
Seasoning. And then he grills up the hot dog buns, too, which I couldn't eat those, of course, but a brat and mustard.
I don't know.
Because it was cool. It was different.
Yeah, sure, whatever. The
oh,
so
man.
delicious. I love brats, but I cannot eat them. They will make me sick every single time. I mean, bend over cramps.
Is it a grease thing or what?
I think so. It's the amount of grease that's in them. I don't know. Almost any other food I can get away with, and I can even prepare and take some ethicone and stuff, but
not that
brats
one.
just make me ill. Learn to avoid them.
Oh, it's Malin. She says TGIF, Bubby and sweet coworker. Good morning, Malin. Morning, Jimmy Lee. Good morning, Floyd. Morning, Jimmy.
Have y'all heard from Weston yet? Is it Weston? No, you've got Weston. What? So Sam's son's name is Weston.
Oh, okay. Great name.
So he graduated high school on what day? And went into the Marines. He left for boot camp the next day.
Wow.
And he turned 18 the day after that.
That's wild.
Yeah. He's in San Diego right now enjoying summer camp.
Summer camp.
San Diego is summer camp. San Diego's a hoot. Isn't that where
that's where Kyle went,
yeah. Yeah, it's summer camp. Did he not tell it's just a hoot there. Did he say it was difficult?
Depends which one you're talking about. Are you talking about boot camp?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He said it was brutal.
I love
it. As long as you do what you're told.
Yeah.
Like, of course.
Some people have difficulty learning that. I don't think he will. He's a good kid. And
yeah.
I mean, come here and look at this. Hold on. You tell me. Hold on. Yeah, I know. It's like, it looks like a Marine. Look at that right there. Where's the picture of him leaving, though? I thought they had pictures. Those are old. Oh, here he is with him leaving. It's down here somewhere. Yeah. Look at that. Are you kidding me? He's going to have a blast. Once he learns the whole adjust and do and there. Yeah, there he is, right there. Not a problem.
She says he's in Golf Company 2nd Battalion. Oh, she sent it to you.
Golf Company 4.
Morning, Lisa. So what's everyone doing this weekend? You have big plans? The pool opening? Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to get all the work done. So we have all these open everything for summer rituals that we do.
Mm-hmm.
We've done all the landscaping except for I would do it this evening, but I've committed to there's a young girl who her mom it brings her over and she talked me into giving her guitar lessons. This is the one that is in love with 80s hair band music.
And
so I told her, I told her mom, who works with my wife, she said, would you be interested in teaching my daughter guitar? And I said, no, absolutely not. And she said, well, she's really loves all this stuff, and she told me, and I'm like, this sounds too good to be true. I said, well, tell you what, let's get together one night. She and I will talk. We'll feel it out. And if nothing else, I'll make some recommendations on who you should go teach for lessons. We got together. She and I, the daughter, hung out for 3 hours in the studio with her mom sitting there bored to death and talked over, have you heard this? Have you heard this? She goes, show me how to do that. And so her mom said, so are you interested in giving her guitar lessons? Already knowing the answer. I said, yes, and I won't charge. So
oh, that's awesome.
She's just freaking unbelievable. And the fact that she likes all this, she's wearing an AC/DC shirt when she comes in, and I'm like, this is too cool. And she said, can you teach me how to play Metallica's Seek and Destroy? I said, can I teach you? Would you like to learn it forwards or backwards? So.
And how old is she?
She's like 13.
I love that.
So, and she can actually play. Her favorite guitarist is Brian May from Queen. And she can actually play, like Bohemian Rhapsody. Mm-hmm. She can do all that.
That's awesome.
She knows a lot of those songs already. So she's really rusty. She's getting there, though. So I've agreed that tonight she could come over and we could learn a couple more things.
Right.
Not 3 hours, but.
He says that now, but.
Yeah. So I will first today, I'm going to go home and hook up the pump so that I've got that part done. You can't start filling the pool until the pump's hooked up or it'll just leak all over the ground. Hook all that up and start filling it. And we're also going to put the submersible pump on top of the cover to suck all the gross water off.
How long does it take to fill up your pool?
From its winterized level?
Yeah.
So about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, I'd say. By this evening late, it'll be full.
Do you just go from your hose or do you have to get a fire hydrant?
Yeah.
How does that work?
You just go from the hose. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, that must cost a fortune. No, it doesn't. It doesn't really affect the water bill that much.
Really?
Filling it from empty would, but not that much. It might cost $40, $50, extra on your water bill for that month.
Right.
But it's not. I don't know that I would want to do it in July or August, to strain the cities. But it's not really. I mean, you're upping it probably a few more 100 gallon than what they normally use in a day. So.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
Anyway, we'll do that. Then tomorrow morning, KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country morning KIX.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon, highs in the low 80s. It's 61 in Joplin.
So since this weekend is the unofficial kickoff to summer,
there's going to be a lot of grilling this weekend.
A lot of stuff going on summer related as we all get ready to enjoy the most wonderful season of all. So we thought we would salute all of you that are getting ready to go out and do your grilling.
We'll do that in about 10 minutes.
Here's Miranda Lambert.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. We should have done barbecue.
Yeah. Hold on. What are we? Is this a?
No, it's a song.
Okay.
Oh, my wife's like, it does raise the water bill. I didn't say it didn't. I'm just saying it doesn't that much more.
Okay, hold on.
She would disagree with me. So then tomorrow morning we're going to get up. I wanted to get it done early. We're going to get up and we've got to go get the bark. We put bark chips. Most people do mulch, but we do bark chips, which is the big pieces of it, in all of our flower beds, and that's about 15 bags, which is exhausting.
That's a ton.
And then, no, it's not quite a ton. I think it's actually about 800
I bet it's a lot.
So then we've got to get some hinges for the new door that I made in the deck.
Yeah.
I cut a square in my deck, and we're going to hinge it so that it can lift it out to get to the filter instead of having to run all the way around to backwash.
Right.
And then I also need a new hinge on my gate because it's settled over the years. The thing's heavy. It probably weighs 400 or 500 pounds.
Wow. That is heavy.
It's a frame built with fence panels on it so that it looks like part of the fence. And it has settled and it drags on the sidewalk. So we're going to jack it up, put a new hinge on to help support it. And then I get to pressure wash everything.
Yay!
All the concrete. And then, hopefully by then, we'll be ready to take the pool cover off and start treating it. I doubt I'll get in it. Maybe on Saturday. I don't know. After all that, probably be hot enough.
Yeah.
What's it supposed to be on
Well,
Saturday?
upper 70s on Saturday. Low 80s on Sunday. 85 on Monday.
So Monday, I know I'll be in it.
There you
but
go.
Saturday, I don't know. Maybe. If I do, I'm not going to stay in it. It'll be get in, get stuff done, and get back out. That's not warm enough, especially water that has been under a cover all winter long. It's going to be cold.
Yeah.
It needs the sun to warm it up.
Morning, Kathy.
So a lot of the time, we can't get all of the debris and the rotted leaves and stuff off the cover.
Yeah.
So the way we take it off, my wife and I get on either side and we kind of loosen it. And then we set rocks all around the edges to hold it in place because I can't get anybody to help me. And then we fold the top half back to the back half. So from the deck, we fold it back over to that. And then we climb down off the deck, run around, grab both sides, and start dragging it off. But what happens is all that leftover debris and stuff is caught on top of that. So it makes a big bag of rotted leaves that weighs about 900 pounds because
Yikes.
you don't realize how heavy that is. But that's probably like, I don't know, what, 50, 60 gallons of water right there? Not that much.
That's a lot.
About 30, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rotted, nasty, brackish water. So we'll get to pulling, and it'll hit the edge of the pool, and we can't get it over. So a lot of the time, as my wife sits there and holds it crazily as much as she can, I either go get a hose and stick into that stuff and have to and siphon it.
Oh.
Not get it in your mouth.
No.
Or if that can't be done, then I have to run with my clothes on and jump in the pool, run over there, and help push from behind to push it over. It's not a fun process.
Yeah, it sounds awful either way.
Its ease of operation is entirely dependent on how much of that stuff I can get off.
Right. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Megan. Morning,
Then
Sarah.
I will be done and we'll be able to relax and enjoy the weekend, but not until.
Just veg. Morning, Rudy.
Till then, it's going to be crazy. I've thought about doing the black trash bags thing. You mean for your husband, or what? What are you talking about, Sarah?
Megan said black trash bags laid on top of water will bring the temp up.
Yeah, I've heard that. That because black does absorb the heat.
Right.
I've also seen people, they make a thermal blanket that you can get, and it looks like big bubble wrap. So it has big bubble cells on it. And I forget what one of those costs. Way too much. Like here's one from Academy for $50. There's one for $135.
That's a huge difference.
Here's a solar ring for $38. Here's an actual above ground solar heating unit. So it is a solar cell that goes on a stand over in the yard outside of the pool. And then there's wires that go in. I don't know how I feel about that.
Wires?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and then there's other things. I have to install the lights that go in the pool. That may or may not happen.
Sarah says they have a liquid solar cover too.
What? A liquid solar cover?
How does that work? Megan says, we did it for 2 days last year to bring the temp up early. Carol wants to know what kind of pool you have.
One with water in it.
Oh.
Liquid solar pool cover.
All right, we got a seg here.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
This weekend's the unofficial kickoff to summer.
So for everybody who's going to be sweating over a hot grill.
Well, we're going to celebrate you right after Blake Shelton.
On KIX 102.5. Exactly. Aqua Pill, 12,000 gallon. Liquid solar cover. Liquid solar cover work. It is warm in here.
In here? Well, it's because the vent is closed. Poor MJ yesterday was dying in here. He was texting me during the remote, and he was like, it's so hot.
It is a fatty alcohol that, when put together, form a thin layer that sits on top of the water. It is 1 molecule thick, which means it's invisible to the naked eye. You can't see it and you can't feel it. Doesn't seem like it would have any effect, but it's been proven that's all that's necessary to prevent evaporation, which is both a major cause of both water and heat loss. So in the middle of the summer, I'll attest to this fact, when it gets super, super hot, upper 90s, the biggest thing I struggle against is not chemical and stuff. It's the water level dropping.
Yeah.
Because it evaporates so much. So this is interesting. For about $25, you can get liquid solar cover. You just put it in your pool.
Yeah, that's what Sarah says. It creates a film over the top of the water. It isn't supposed to bother you when swimming.
And it forms a blanket. You can't even tell it's there. Huh, I've never heard of this.
That's cool.
Can make the pool water within 48 hours over 5 degrees warmer, which is significant.
That's cool.
I think I'm going to look into this. That'd make my wife a lot happier. Usually it's almost 2 weeks before she can get into the pool.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
She does not like cold water at all. It has to be tepid to lukewarm before she's really comfortable in it.
Megan says, I've got a huge stock tank, but it has hot tub jets and its own filter.
Right on, it does.
That's nice.
Redneck hot tub.
It's a redneck hot tub.
All right. I should have gone to the
Okay. Floyd has mentioned this 3 times now. He says, I want to talk about when Jen's going to paint Randy's head.
Floyd,
He really wants to
there's
talk
not
about
much
this.
going on.
So I don't know
everybody.
if everyone saw this yesterday, but we were talking about we should do Would You Rather Wednesday.
Not this week.
Not this week, in a couple of weeks. And
Maybe. You guys, you got a lot of doing to do, Floyd, before you get anything done for you. Man, that's all sound.
I don't know what you're saying. But the thing would be that we want him to do
Same
is
here,
I paint his
Megan.
head.
Mine too. I Charlie horse up. My joints, my muscles will lock up.
Ow.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 719.
We'll see sunshine this afternoon with highs in the low 80s. It's 61 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 4 minutes. Tell you what it's going to be like over your Memorial Day weekend.
Which is basically the unofficial start to summer, I'd say.
That's right. And we've got the official kickoff to the summer concert season coming this Monday. We'll be here until about 7 o'clock. And then Parmalee's Matt Thomas, actual lead singer of Parmalee, is going to be hosting the show for us starting at 7.
And I think there's going to be like some live music and things like that. He's going to have our favorite artist on hand. It's going to be an awesome kickoff for the summer.
Don't miss the summer road trip show. It starts at 7 o'clock this Monday. And for everybody else who is going to be celebrating the unofficial kickoff to summer behind the Red Hot Grill with smoke in their eyes, cooking food for their family, sweating over a hot grill.
You know, those backyard chefs.
Yep, we thought we would celebrate you and all of your effort that you put into the seasoning, the sauce. Don't talk to me right now. I'm watching the meat. All of that. This way. Together we're grilling burgers and hot dogs. barbecued some chicken with some surf and turf shish kebabs. You and I giggling, laughing. You were sent from up above. Keep burning my face when I give you hugs, 'cause I'm in love with you. My propane grill. You're my propane grill. I get so happy when I'm barbecuing. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Just like that. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Okay, I actually have that pulled up now so I can contribute a decent something to that conversation about the kickoff.
Oh, okay.
The whole time I was like, oh crap, I know his name. Where did it get you? Oh, there's the phone again.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, how are you doing? You got plans for Memorial Day weekend? You guys gonna grill? What do you like to have on the grill? You like burgers, hot dogs, brats? Yeah, brats are good stuff. Well, what can we do for you on this Friday? The fire tune, the one by Garth? All right, yeah, we can do that for you, Dustin. Have a great day, okay? We'll see you. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Hey, good morning, Christopher. I don't know if I've said good morning to you yet, Dorinda, but good morning. Did I miss Melissa? Good morning, Melissa. All right, let me see what you said there, Megan. It should be another Facebook post share, 200 shares for a post. Well, we had talked him into yesterday, sort of talked him into 150 subscribers on YouTube, which I don't know that I necessarily want to do a Facebook thing again, because we have a lot of folks on our Facebook and it's great, but I'd really like to grow our YouTube audience and our TikTok audience. Probably maybe more so our YouTube, since we're doing more stuff on YouTube. We do lives on YouTube. We do, we've got the shorts, we've got Country Dirt. We have all of our commercials and things. So I think getting more subscribers on YouTube might be the way to do that.
She doesn't know. You don't know. You know?
Thank you. Yeah, I know. But we had talked about if we reach that number of subscribers, I could do like a Bob Ross tutorial on Randy's head, or if we did this on Flag Day, maybe I could draw a flag on his
I
head.
ain't buying the paint. Bob Ross paint is super expensive.
It doesn't have to be authentic Bob Ross
it does.
paint. No,
Otherwise,
it doesn't.
It's not a Bob Ross thing.
He'll just tell me what to do, and I'll do it, and I'll beat the devil out of those brushes, and I'll talk in a really calm and
I don't like the idea of
whispery
beating
kind
the
of
devil out the brush.
voice. Happy little trees, a little cloud, wherever he wants to be. What else could I paint on your head?
Nothing? It's an idea. I mean, it's just a suggestion.
Oh my gosh, it'd be kind of funny to paint like a target on the back of your head.
That would not be funny at all.
And then do like have one of those like little sticky guns. See if we can get a suction cup arrow to your head. I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I thought it was pretty funny. I have a TikTok idea, by the way,
Uh-oh.
but it involves you in the unicorn costume.
Again?
Yeah. But there's this trend where you pound on the door and then it flips to what's on the other side of the door. And it's like some sort of transformation of yourself, whatever. So you're pounding on the door, and then, oh, it's unicorn you on the other side.
And that's it?
And that's it. Yeah, that's all that's all the trend is. Jimmy says put eyes on the back of his head.
Or not. Or not.
That was, we had that idea too, is I do that picture of him or the Mr. Britches version of Randy and draw that on the back of his head. Can't you tell he's thrilled? Yeah, there's a cat version of you somewhere. I don't know. Just slap him around with those sticky hands. An artistic drawing of a bird. A bird poop. I don't know. I don't even know exactly when we would do this. We got options. The 7th or the 14th? 14th is Flag Day. The 7th is not. But we've got a ticket giveaway that day.
Yeah.
Maybe the 21st.
14th might be better. 14th or the 21st. Also, that'll be about a month after our last stunt.
Yes. Done with all this stuff. So we're going to find out what I'm watching for Jen's movie Rehab here in a couple of minutes.
Righto.
I hope it's as good as The Blind Side was. That movie was awesome. So you set the bar pretty high going into this week. Pretty better?
Pretty better.
Pretty better. Better.
Better.
Better, bigger. Better. Don't need that one. Did you see the Oh No You Didn't news, Floyd? We've got that up. Everyone commenting on the Oh No You Didn't news. Oh, I see you commented, Floyd. They couldn't tell the difference when they cut into the pie. She doesn't know the difference between an apple and a cherry.
Isn't it ridiculous?
How do you get that
This
confused?
is obviously where, frivolous lawsuits come from.
Yeah. Like an apple's white. Cherries are red. They look completely different.
Well, the exterior of an apple is red, so that one confused me a little bit when I first saw it. I'm like, what?
But there's not apple skins in apple pie.
Sometimes there are if your mom
Really?
doesn't love you.
Oh. Jimmy says put KIX 102.5 on his head. I thought about that too, putting like
The
a logo
logo?
or something on his head.
Could you do the logo? You need to practice that.
I'd have to practice doing the logo. I'd want to do it well if I was going to do the logo. Or what if I did a blind paint on your head?
That wouldn't be good.
I
That
think
wouldn't look good at all.
Well, yeah, but it'd be funny.
Or a mess.
Yes. We'll just put a trash bag over you and cut a
I'm
little
fine
hole
with that.
out.
Just put trash bag on there. That's fine.
If it was up to Randy, he would say June 31st. You know how he is.
June 31st would be a good day. Yeah.
30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 34, 30. I don't think I need to add a song. No. It'll be
Perfectly
close
at 35.
No, it's not. Is it?
30, 29.
30.
Add how many minutes away is 29? Or from 5? It's 6, right?
6.
6 minutes. So you have a 3:21 and you have a minute 41. So 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 21 and 43 equals 5.
So that'd be 34, wouldn't it?
So what? What's wrong with 34?
I don't know.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Okay.
You too.
Melissa says just paint hair on his head.
Yeah, there you go.
You do the
Great
American
idea.
flag on Flag Day. Yeah. I don't know. Are any of these speaking to you?
Not really. I got to say, none of them seem like a great idea at all. Not happy about them at all.
What if you had to pick one to be on your head?
One? The number one?
One of those options.
I don't even think we should consider options until you reach the goal. The goal has got to be done, or else you're just speculating. That's like counting your eggs before they're hatched.
We still got to set it up though. We got to have a thing we want you to do and a thing you want to do.
You're going to paint on my head. That much has been established.
Yes.
What will be determined after you hit the goal? If you're going to do, I think the KIX logo, but you probably couldn't do that. That's a pretty challenging font.
Hold on. We got to do a
You
second.
could do clothes. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
So what am I watching this weekend for Jen's movie Rehab?
Oh, you'll find out.
Right after Chris Lane.
On KIX 102.5.
What were you saying right before we went on?
You'd have to wear the wig if you're going to do Bob Ross. If you're going to do Bob Ross, he does what's called wet on wet painting, which is oil painting. And you can't do like a yellow on top of a black, so it blends on the canvas. I don't know about this canvas, but his paint, they mix together. With acrylics, the way you do that is you put a paint down, you use a blow dryer and blow it dry, and then you paint on top of that. But you can't mix the two or it turns to just brown.
Well, I don't want to do. I'm going to only use water-based paints on you because
Acrylic's water-based.
Okay, good.
But oils are a whole different other ballgame. They're like everything's up in the air, and it's a balancing act to get your colors right and everything. That's what Bob Ross does, and that's what he does so well. He knows, like, you can take and put a thinner paint on top of a thicker paint. So if you use some paint thinner on paint, then you can paint on top of another. But that's the only way without it blending.
I never knew that.
Yep. Well, if you watch The Joy of Painting, you would know this. Everybody who watches Joy of Painting.
Okay, so maybe a Bob Ross tutorial on your head's a little ambitious. You could have a stencil made of the logo and just paint it as a stencil.
A stencil of the logo, of the KIX logo.
Of the KIX logo. I don't know if that's as fun, though.
Yeah, what's the point?
I mean, I guess it's still the KIX logo painted on your head.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what do you want?
Nothing. I want nothing on my head. How's that? You asked.
What would you rather do?
I would rather. That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
You can paint my face.
I think. Okay. Here's my rather.
Morning, Dustin.
Jen has to dress up as Bob Ross, complete with the stash and the afro. And we set up a little easel out here on the side of 32nd Street, and she has to make happy little clouds at least during an hour during the show.
Okay. Deal.
Okay. That's my would you rather.
Okay. Now we just need a day, and we need a definitive thing that we got to do for it to happen, and you got to set a price on it. All right. We got 17 seconds. Five seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:35.
Sunshine and low 80s this afternoon. It's 61 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at 4 states news and weather in just 25 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour,
we're going to be talking about the weirdest thing that you ever accidentally left on top of your car.
You can call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
But right now, because it's Friday, it is time once again for And this is where our compatriot from across the counter, who was neglected for the rest of her life because she never got to see any movies.
It's a deficiency, but we're working on fixing that.
That's right. That's why we call it Jen's Movie Rehab. We're rehabilitating her movie sceneism.
Yeah, so every Friday you give me a movie to watch, and I watch it over the weekend.
And
Come
then-
back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and let you know what I thought about it.
So we thought because it's Memorial Day weekend that you ought to see a movie that's related around veterans and that kind of deal.
Love that idea.
And so we've already done Saving Private Ryan, which I would say is the top one.
It was amazing.
But probably the greatest story of sacrifice I know of is this movie that we're going to be assigning you. The true story of PFC Desmond T. Doss, who's played by Andrew Garfield, who won the Congressional Medal of Honor despite refusing to carry a gun.
Oh, wow.
He was a conscientious objectioner because he was a Seventh-day Adventist, and their religion states that they do not believe in any kind of aggressive behavior whatsoever. So he would not carry a gun. He operated as a medic, and on his religious grounds, he was drafted and ostracized by all of his fellow soldiers for his pacifist stance. But he went on to earn their respect and adoration for his bravery, selflessness, and compassion after he risked his life without firing a shot single-handedly to save 75 men.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Over a, 36-hour period, he carried them single-handedly from the battlefield, one after another. I mean, right in the middle of the enemies and everything, and them trying to kill him.
That's incredible.
So it is an incredible story. You will not have a dry eye anytime during the end of it. So just get the tissues handy and be ready and be grateful for the sacrifice that men like him have made for us.
Okay, so what's it called? What's the movie?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, yeah. This is what I've been wanting to see. I've heard of this one.
Well, you can watch it for free on Hulu. I know where else? You can rent it almost anywhere, but it is available for free to watch on Hulu if you've got Hulu.
Okay, and I do. So we're gonna do that. So I'll watch Hacksaw Ridge this weekend, and then I'll come back not on Monday but Tuesday and let you know what I thought about it
With Jen's Movie Rehab
on the 4 States #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
That would almost make me want to not make the goal, Randy. Me having to dress up like Bob Ross and paint out there.
What? No, you have to hit. Well, okay, I got you.
They're like, wait a second, which one would we rather have?
Well, maybe we do one on Facebook and one on YouTube.
Oh. Melissa says, Vintage Talk has Sling Blade. I wondered if they did.
Yes, somebody mentioned that last night. So when our friends were over, they said, have you guys checked at Sling Blade? Vintage Stock for Sling Blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, I didn't think of that. So you go there quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
You might check.
Okay.
You might check and see.
Yeah, they've got a great assortment of movies. And you can still rent from there. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't. Well, we looked it up, what it costs. You can find there is one copy of Sling Blade left on Amazon for $50.
$50?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah.
Melissa says a used copy for $5.99.
Wow.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for scoping that out, Melissa, letting us know. Just one more, Lord. Just one more. Is that a Sling Blade quote? What is that?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know what that is, Floyd.
That's Floyd. Floyd being Floyd, I guess.
Floyd doing Floyd things. So we got a comment on our Oh No You Didn't news. I'd like to know what this woman looks like. I have suspicions.
Oh, the one from, okay,
Yeah.
Oh No You Didn't news. I get you. Got it.
What are those suspicions?
Who knows? Everybody assumes we know what he's talking about.
Let's see. Okay. There's a picture of the pie, and it definitely looks
Like a cherry pie?
like a cherry pie.
It does. So does that warrant a $35,000 lawsuit, though?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Nor does anyone else. Except for this woman.
Floyd says we could see both that way. Jen dressed up and Randy getting his head painted.
You're not going to get both, okay? You get one. You get to pick one. Greedy weasel.
The downside of that is you're going to have people who are like, wait a minute, I want to see Randy's head get painted. And then other people are like, well.
Next time. Get too much of a good thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. We need to go shopping.
Yeah, we've got it
Or one of
planned
us
for
does.
Tuesday. It's on
No, we have it planned for Wednesday. Oh, to go shopping on Tuesday?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it's on the calendar.
Is it? Oh, you've got the. Okay, I see where it is now.
So we'll take off early and go do that.
Okay. It's from Hacksaw Ridge. That's what he says after he saves each
Oh,
one.
okay.
Oh, okay.
To get another. I gotcha. I thought we'd moved on from that. My mistake.
And Andrew Gart, he's not that old, is he? How old is this
Well,
movie?
No, it's not that old. It's just what? What year was it? Let me reopen that. 2016.
Oh,
So 5 years.
yeah. That's not bad. It's not very old at all.
And the guy who played him would have been 17, 18.
Mm-hmm. You have the production value for this next break, right? You're going to play it off of there? Okay. Oh, hey, guys, don't forget that on Monday, we're going to get everything ready for Matt Thomas from Parmalee. So we'll be here from 6 to 7.
Yep.
And then it's all him with the Summer Road Trip show.
After that, we will go home.
So he's going to have special live performances and interviews and all sorts of fun stuff.
You all right, Jan?
Mhm.
What's going on, Jan?
What are you doing? What's going on with you?
Pulling this up and getting the story ready.
It's in the calendar, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got it also on the news, though.
Oh, you do? Let me close it and reopen it. Then I haven't seen it, I guess.
Scroll down past your Indian garb story.
Ha 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 ha.
Cedar?
Shadar. So today is my kiddo's last day of school.
I was wondering about that. When is Joplin's? Has it already happened, or is that... Anybody know when Joplin's last day of school is?
I would assume today.
Carthage, I think, was this week's, too. I know Web Cities is,
Mm-hmm.
even though the teachers will still be going till July.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
But
So
summer
we-
school starts the following week on Thursday. So my kids are pretty sad about it.
Really?
Yeah, they
Man,
love school.
I don't know. I was always so excited for school to be over.
They both really love their teachers too. Like we've been very, very fortunate to have awesome teachers. Sheila says half day today. Sarah says, I've got to go in today, but no kids. Have to pack in my room. Yeah. Oh, there's no seg here.
And then afterward, we can sell again.
Yeah.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country.
Here's Parmalee on KIX. I wasn't sure if you're going to hit it or not.
It's a movie, Sheila.
What?
What's up there said? It's a movie, Sheila.
Slimga blade.
What?
Sheila typed it with an M instead of an N. Slimga blade.
Oh, sling blade.
Mm-hmm. Floyd says last for Joplin is today.
Aha, just like Web City. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually they're about the same.
Not that my kids have done much of anything the past 2 weeks.
Right. The last. Well, here's the thing. So the school in my wife's, where her family lives, the town where her family lives, they just finished up summer school today.
They finished summer school?
Mhm.
Oh, my gosh.
So they did 2 weeks of summer school. Their last day of school was May 5th.
And when did they go back?
August, middle to late August.
Really?
So what they did is a few years ago, they started going 15 minutes earlier and 15 minutes later each day
Mhm.
so that they could build in snow days because there were so many of them that were eating into time. And what happens is if there are no snow days, then they have all this massive accumulation. They get to take 2 weeks for spring break, and then they get to take off a couple weeks earlier than everyone else for the summer
Mm-hmm.
because all that time they have built up.
Right.
I think it's about 3 weeks built in time that they do.
That's impressive just by adding 15 minutes at the beginning and end
Yep.
of the day.
And makes quite the difference.
Mm-hmm. All right, 15 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. That guy right there, Matt Thomas from Parmalee, is who's going to be hosting the show starting at 7 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah, it's the Summer Road Trip show, so it's going to have special live performances, interviews from your favorite artists. Basically, it's just a really cool way to kick off your Memorial Day.
And the summer concert season. So we know a lot of you have Memorial Day plans. Some of you are going to be grilling over the barbecue, cooking up. What's your favorite thing on the barbecue?
Well, it used to be hot dogs, but I don't know that I can stomach hot dogs anymore, not after this.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. Nothing has changed. They've not changed anything that they're putting in hot dogs, okay? So the hot dogs you enjoyed 10 years ago are the same as the hot dogs you're enjoying today.
Okay, here's the deal, though. There was this food analytics lab, and they found that 14.4% of 75 retail brand hot dogs at 10 different food retailers contained some ingredients that weren't listed on the label.
Yeah, the website showed that 375 hot dogs and sausages, things like brats and everything, held another ingredient that was not specified on the packaging.
So to break it down a little bit more, researchers found that roughly 15% of all tested samples contained meats not listed on the label.
While 10% of vegetarian samples also tested positive for chicken or pork, but get this one.
Yeah.
2%
No.
contained human DNA.
No, no.
Why are you acting this way? You didn't act that way 10 years ago when you were eating it.
Well, that's because I didn't know I was eating human DNA and who knows what else.
It's delicious, and you just eat.
You like some human DNA?
I don't like
Oh my
human.
gosh, it could be toenails in there, Randy.
What? Or hair.
Or hair. Oh,
But,
so gross.
but But you did not know and you enjoyed this hot dog so good. Yeah, but it's then we tell you what's in it and now you don't like it.
It was an ignorance is bliss kind of thing, and I can't be ignorant to it anymore.
Don't you wish you didn't know what was in that hot dog?
Oh, I wish I didn't know what's in this wiener. I'd rather just eat lunch than go and play. But I just found out what's inside this wiener. Mystery meat and human DNA.
Oh, no.
So how did people parts get in this wiener? Did someone lose a finger at the plant?
Possibly.
Since finding out there's people in this wiener,
Yuck.
I just became a vegetarian.
Oh, no kids means Sarah doesn't have to leave the show today. Yay! You get to hang out all morning.
Oh, no.
He wants apple bread and apple butter sandwich. Apple butter is
That's an awful lot of apple. That's been stored in an apple barrel for over 4 years. Till it's crusty.
Crusty. That's such a weird word. Crusty.
Hey, kids.
That's from The Simpsons. I know that one.
We're stuck on the highway.
Jimmy says, no hot dogs for me this weekend.
I've got it somewhere talking about traffic situation on Memorial Day. And it's specifically Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. I just got a message. Randy's spoiling the movie. It's going to be awesome.
Am I spoiling the movie? I'm just telling you. He's seen it then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not spoiling it. Everybody knows what it's about. You know what's going to happen. That does not detract from it any. It's the impactfulness of what he actually. You can't describe what he went through. I think they do a pretty good job of it during the movie.
And it's a real story, right?
Very true and very accurately portrayed. Okay, they do not overhype this, overbuild it. There's a documentary about all of this where some of the guys who were rescued by him say they did not oversell this at all. In fact, if anything, they maybe underplayed it a little bit. They say he was a lot more heroic than what's even shown in the movie. And you're like, how is that possible?
Right.
Because, and without giving it away, there are these cliffs that he had to go up and down every single and lower on Okinawa.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's you're like, you watch after a little while, you're like, no, this isn't real.
Yeah.
That long. Nobody could do that.
Have a good one,
Even
Sheila.
wounded, he was still going and getting them.
That's amazing. That is a very special kind of person to do that.
There are two different ones here, and I don't think. No, this is not mine. Okay. This is our Brand Hooks guy. Might be a Tuesday song.
Yeah.
6:35. Glad we looked at that.
That was good.
Yeah, that's Doofus Head. That's our guy who does our concert ticket giveaway songs. You need
Doofus
to put
head.
that in. You need to give me a
Oh. Oh, rats.
Come on, Chan, give me a
I'm
number,
looking.
Chan.
It's 0306.
What is it?
0306.
And then
Floyd says it took 40 years before he'd even tell the story for me
Yeah.
to make the movie. Wow.
for them to do it. He wouldn't even talk about it. Did not want. He downplayed all of that. So this guy's just like pretty special human being.
Mm-hmm.
The whole conscientious objector pacifist thing. There's part of me that struggles with that whole idea because his belief was, do you trust in God to provide for you and to, do you trust his will, or do you believe that it's up to you to step in and be God of certain situations, to defend yourself? Or do you really believe that it's God who fights your battles for you? And so he walked that out. He said, I believe, and my belief, that this is not something, and you have to understand where he came from too. His childhood was very troubled. He got into a lot of trouble and stuff, him and wasn't his brother? And then you'll see in the story what changed him.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the belief, and there is some of that sovereignty question. Who's sovereign of this situation? In other words, who's in charge of this situation? Who do I believe is in charge?
Mm-hmm.
And am I willing to walk that out in my actions? So that his faith was of such that, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievably.
Yeah. He told the story to one man finally.
Mm-hmm.
And they turned it into a movie from there.
Well, there was more than that. I mean, he didn't tell it to more, but I mean, it's documented. There's the whole Congressional Medal of Honor thing. So it's a well-known story within the government circles too, within the military. He was already legendary.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just one guy that knew the story. There were others. And plus, a lot of the guys that he had fought alongside and saved, those guys come forward. You'll see at the end of the movie too, some documentation about.
Oh, I need to do that.
You really do.
I
And
forgot
this time
about
spray it all over, okay?
That is not what I meant. Thank you.
Oh, okay. The podcast.
No, but I do need to do that. You're right.
Come on, Jan. Today is put a pillow on your fridge day.
Why do you put a pillow on your fridge?
Seriously? You don't know why?
No.
It is celebrated on May the 29th each year in Europe and the United States. This is a real day. It's all about prosperity, good fortune. You put a pillow on your fridge. It started back in the 1900s, where families would place a piece of cloth or linen within their larders.
What's a larder?
That's where you store. It's your cold room.
Oh, okay.
It's not really a cold room, but it's supposed to be colder than the other room. So the piece of cloth would have typically been torn from something kept in your bedroom, like a blanket or a nightgown, before being put in the larder. They thought good fortune and prosperity would come from this. So they believed putting a piece of cloth from your bedroom into the place where your food was kept brought about the possibility of plentiful food and rich fertility to the household. You understand why most of them died early. I mean, it was stupidity like this. These are the people who today we deal with their descendants not being able to drive through town in the middle of the day. So larder comes from the Latin lardum, which means pork, fat, or bacon. It really means closet full of meat, which can mean something entirely different in some cities in the U.S. So the modern act of putting a pillow on your fridge is a throwback to that bedroom-oriented cloth placed in the larder from days of old. So as technology advanced, this became more common.
Nice. Okay.
So here's how you celebrate.
Have a good one, Melissa.
You put a pillow on your fridge.
That makes perfect sense.
And share it on social media.
Media.
Share it on social media.
Where did the thingamajig?
I thought they were kidding really about most of this, but the thing.
Oh, no. It's a thing.
Today is May 29th. Put a pillow on your fridge day. Placing a pillow on your refrigerator brings wealth and good luck to your household. But first, you'll need to remove the slow cooker, the half-empty boxes of cereal, the blender, the 3 bottles of booze, and the cookbook.
Right.
Uh-huh. That's super accurate, yeah. Once upon a time, my cat always slept on top of our fridge.
That tells you your house is too hot. I mean, too cold.
Too cold. So, yeah, she goes to where it's warm. She liked being able to see everything.
That, too, for animals, height is a way of declaring yourself. So it's a sign of supremacy to the other animals in your pack.
Oh.
So it's very typical for your dog to want to try to climb up onto the higher point, or your cat, because that is a supremacy. Usually the alpha in a group like that will sit on the highest point to watch over, but it's also a mark of status for them. So it's not good to let your animals sit up high on stuff, not because they're hurting anything, but because of what it can do to their attitudes. It can make them a little not mind as well, or a little more rebellious in nature.
The more you know. The more you know. So the new Little Mermaid movie's out now.
Saw that. I got to say, I'm really not interested in it. I think it's going to be one of those. We're going to release it to theaters. Oh, wait, no. Maybe no, it's going to be direct on Disney after one weekend at the theaters.
Beans loves The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, because it was The Little Mermaid. This new thing doesn't look really, and I think it's been Disney-fied, modern Disney-fied. So they take all the things that used to be good on Disney and ruin them with their PC-ness. And
it's got a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes so far.
That's not great.
Sunshine with highs in the low 80s this afternoon. Clear skies and low 50s tonight. Sunshine upper 70s for tomorrow. Sunshine low 80s on Sunday. For your Memorial Day Monday, warmer sunshine highs nearing 85.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything but a few clouds over the 4 states.
66 in Miami, 64 in Pittsburgh, 64 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app.
So we're wanting to know, since it is Friday and we're heading to the weekend, we're wanting to know the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on top of your car.
Yeah, you can call or text to let us know at 623-1025.
Maybe I'll tell you how I accidentally left my daughter.
No,
I didn't drive
Randy.
up. I didn't drive up. I realized, okay, I was a single dad raising my daughter on my own, and I put her in the car seat. I'd carry her around in the car seat. It was just easier.
Right.
So I had that, and we'd just come from a place. We bought some stuff, and I set her down up there to get the keys out, fumble with. I put them in. I put the stuff in the vehicle, and I get in, and I close the door, and I see a lady coming out the front door going, stop. She's
like, wait, don't go, don't do it.
She goes, your daughter is on top of the, oh my gosh. And I got out and I left real quickly before they could call family services. And, yeah, so you're going to have a hard time topping that one.
Here's Dylan Scott.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
We should have done our call to act, our numbers.
Oh, the phone numbers again? Phone's ringing.
There. Hi there, Morning KIX. What's the craziest thing you ever left on top of your vehicle? Oh, okay, whatever.
If you know Elk River, around this time every weekend, you know how crazy it gets down there in Pineville.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this guy pull out a wig and a dildo and left it on top of his car right he's on the river.
Well, there goes his weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, where else are you supposed to store it?
I don't want to speculate.
Randy?
We're not going to explore those options here. No, I'm good, I think.
I think I'm okay with
I've
this.
got cable TV.
I've actually seen that leave on top of the car. We were actually on the river. It was a Sunday, and this lady had split her kayak. She was okay. She says, "Do not look," and everyone looks and goes, and it's her wig she had on, and it was all matted like a dog, like she just had a dog on top of her head.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Thank
You see some crazy stuff, so if you go floating on the river, go during the week.
Yeah. Don't tempt Jim with a good time.
Hey now.
Thanks for calling.
Have a good weekend.
Wow. Okay. Mute.
Okay, whatever.
If you know elk, not me, but if you know elk River around this time every weekend, you know how crazy it gets down there in Pineville. We've seen this.
Pineville's pretty crazy too.
We've seen this guy pull out a wig, and it just.
Yeah, he was in Luca. That's how I know this guy.
Who? What?
The guy who plays Flounder in the new Little Mermaid. I was like, I know his name.
And left on top of his car while she was on the river.
Should I leave a little bit?
Pull out a wig and left on top of his car while she was on the river.
Or what's the other option?
The other option is this.
And left on top of his car.
Doesn't hurt.
That's fine.
You can't tell.
No.
A wig and left on top of his car while she was on the river.
Well, there goes his weekend. I guess.
Yeah.
All of his plans right down the toilet because he forgot the essential items.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, guess what I got planned for? Oh, crap. I forgot. Never mind. Okay, now you remember the movie Deliverance?
Uh-huh.
And then you hear a story like this, and you think of the area down around Pineville is a lot like that whole setting. And you see how something like that could happen.
Mm-hmm. Your reaction.
I don't want to speculate.
Mm.
I don't know if it's the right noise.
I guess.
I can't. It's in there.
Mm.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
I guess.
I don't want to speculate. We're not going to explore those options here.
Jeez.
I'm gonna put camping essentials. Well, yeah.
Good morning, Romelda. Sarah says she wants to see The Little Mermaid.
Well, you've got to have to get some binoculars because nobody can get close to her.
Floyd says, we did leave our daughter's car seat on the car one time, but did not drive off with it there. Just like Randy.
That'll teach her.
Let's see. Da, 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 da. Camping.
My dad's ashes after he was. I left something on my bumper.
Okay, we're going to do those three. That's going to be a lot. 1 of them's 43 seconds.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Kathy.
Well, it was.
It was.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:10.
Sunshine, low 80s this afternoon. It's 64 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast, tell you what it's going to be like for your Memorial Day weekend. Here's a hint. Awesome.
We're talking about, though, the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on top of your car.
Maybe drove up with or almost drove up with. You can text or tell us at 623-1025.
Or you can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's Michael Ray
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Made my nose buzz. Yay! Glad to hear that, Romelda. Romelda says we gotta take Randy's coffee away.
I'm going to look back through some of our oh-nos
Mm-hmm.
and try to build some of those into upcoming. I know we've had some really good ones. The Old Faithful Geyser I thought was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Florida Tortoise. Did we do that one yet?
Yeah, we've done that one.
On the podcast?
Oh, on a podcast? No.
The drunk driver that had bottles of urine in the car.
That was good, too.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of really good ones lately. We need to start writing down what they are. Oh, Cupcake Bear is for today. I don't remember what it was on the 17th.
The woman who married herself. Probably not that one, but. Oh, no.
Oh, no, what?
Turtle and Road leads to chain reaction crash. That was May 17th. Oh, the man who stole the tortoise. Well, don't be breeding alligators and tortoises.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought those were the same story.
Mm-mm.
I was like, how do we do that? Drunk driver tries switching place with his dog.
Yes.
That's the one we ought to be doing today.
That one's great, too.
That's from May 16th. May 17th was the Turtle and Road leads to chain reaction crash.
Mm-hmm. And that was the one that we did in Wednesday's podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get a good one, we ought to go write those down. Ah!
Let's see. What day was that one?
The drunk driver,
Mm-hmm.
May 16th. Are you writing it in?
For the 31st, yeah.
I may sit in the pool Sunday or Monday and listen to a bunch of Morning KIX extras. That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just put them on, let them run.
Mm-hmm.
I may laugh a little differently, and my eyes may be a little shell-shocked once I get out. Help me, make it stop.
I like our podcast.
Listen
But
for
I'm-
its
I'm probably
consumability.
Delicious. Okay. Okay.
I didn't realize the blacklist was still on, but NBC just announced that they're going to be canceling it. I'm like,
I don't even know what that is.
James Spader, the blacklist on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a 2-hour series finale happening Thursday, June 13th. It's been on for like forever, but I didn't know it was still on. I've never seen an episode of it.
I've never heard anyone talk about it, frankly.
It's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
James Spader, once upon a time, was a pretty iconic actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, something happened to him. He got weirded out. He's always been very weird, but
Yeah.
he's the one that played, you remember, after Michael left the office.
Oh.
And the rich guy bought the company, the
Uh-huh.
really weird guy, that was
Yeah.
super weird. That's James
James.
Spader. Citadel will be getting a second season if you've been watching that. It's not horrible. It's not great either, but when there's nothing else on, it's okay to watch. And that's usually the last thing we go to in our list of stuff to watch is Citadel, but it's not that horrible.
Where do you watch it at?
Prime.
Prime. We're trying to finish season 4, or really finish the whole series of Ozark before I go to Lake of the Ozarks next weekend.
You're going to be very disappointed because they do have some scenery shots from the Lake of the Ozarks area.
Yeah.
You know, when they do those overhead shots of the lake and stuff, those are from around the area. But nothing else is. Nothing else is. I'm always surprised when I see their Missouri plates, you know, on cars and stuff, because none of that is in Missouri, especially not around the LOA area or LAO area. That's what they call it. It was all filmed in California.
Oh. That would have been super cool, though. Yeah, it's the final season, and it's been real stressful. Have you seen it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like how it ends.
Right now, we have it where the nephew is throwing a wrench in things. And then there's the new sheriff.
So this is interesting. So Priyanka Chopra, who is in the Citadel, just got through with an interview. Hold on a second, I'll tell you. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX 817.
Ones, know what's the craziest thing you've ever accidentally left on top of your car?
Here's Cody Johnson.
On KIX 102.5.
So she revealed to Zoe Report that a Bollywood filmmaker asked to see her in her underwear during the early years in her career, during a movie part, there was a seduction scene that required taking off one piece of clothing at a time down to her underwear. And she said, I was dehumanized during this process. She goes, it was a feeling of I'm nothing else outside of how I can be used. My art is not important. What I contribute is not important. Based on some of the scenes that I've seen in the Citadel, that's no longer an issue for her because they do some sex scenes. Now, there's no nudity per se, you know.
Right.
But clearly she had to get pretty much naked to be able to do some of the scenes that they did. So I'm like, you do realize you sound like a hypocrite now saying this based on what we've seen in the Citadel. Yeah. So I guess from that point on, she decided, what's the bother?
Why not? Welcome back, Sarah. Have a good weekend, Romelda. Megan says, just try not to give in to the urge of hitting the bottom of the pool with your head.
Yes. Okay. So that happened. What was I doing? I dove in, and I dove in wrong, and I was wearing my mask, and I hit the bottom of the pool pretty hard, face first.
Ow.
And the mask hit my head really hard. There's still a scar over here somewhere. I have a scar. No, that was from a bush. But that scar has never gone away. I got scraped by a bush while I was mowing.
Yeah.
And there's still that scar right there.
Uh-huh.
It's been like 5 years ago. But I hit. Is there a scar right there?
It's faded, yeah.
Somewhere, yeah, very faded. That's from that stupid diving mask. It hit so hard, almost knocked me out. It hit so hard. So, yeah, you shouldn't be diving at all. I forget what I was doing. I don't feel like I was diving in. I don't dive into our pool. Maybe it was, I always swim to the bottom to swim because once you get below pressure, it's a little easier. You can move faster.
Yeah.
So I always, and it seemed like I did that and did it wrong or something. But anyway, I hit face first on the pool.
Ow.
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't pass out. It would impact that hard.
It hit hard and blood running all down my face and everything. I come up, my wife's like, oh my gosh. It really hurt. And then had black eyes and everything. So they really loved all that. Sure. Anything.
Like, who beat up Randy?
Gina did. She hit me repeatedly.
She did not.
She does it all the time.
First break. You ready? Ten seconds.
Oh!
What?
Guy got killed by an elevator. I'll tell you how.
Oh.
After the break here, it's horrible. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the low 80s this afternoon. It's 64 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast in about 5 minutes.
But we're talking about the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on top of your car.
623-1025 to text or tell us. Listen, I realize we're all really busy people.
Sure.
Got a lot going on, but you got to prioritize certain things. Your coffee, don't do that to your coffee.
Your kids,
Don't do
Randy.
that to your kids. Don't do that. But what's the craziest thing you either accidentally left on top of your car or almost did?
I left something on my bumper.
What was it?
Well, I walked out to go to the store, and the dog followed me out. And so I set my checkbook on the back bumper of my truck to go chase the dog. And I get to the store, and I'm like, I knew I just had it. And it dawned on me, oh, crud, it's on the bumper. And miraculously enough, it didn't catch any wind or anything, and it was still there after I'd driven across town. After I'd gone to the store, it was still there.
Holy cow, how sticky is your bumper?
You didn't check your bumper very well, did you?
Yeah, I think it must have just been the way the truck was protecting it from the wind and whatnot, because it was still there, and my husband was so mad.
You know, knowing my luck, those checks would have somehow gotten filled out and would have distributed themselves all over town.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. So I thought she was going to say she left the dog tied to the bumper, and I thought about
no.
National Lampoon's Vacation, which you would know what I was talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to sign that soon. Poor little guy, he probably made it about 3 miles.
What is the craziest thing that you've ever accidentally left on top of your car?
If you know Elk River around this time, every weekend, you know how crazy it gets down there in Pineville.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this guy pull out a wig and a and left it on top of his car while he was on the river.
Well, there goes his weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, where else are you supposed to store it?
I guess.
I don't want to
So much-
speculate. We're not
Randy?
going to explore those options here.
Randy.
Well, what is the craziest thing? That's pretty crazy. What's the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on top of your car and drove up with?
My dad's ashes after he was cremated.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
That's just it.
No.
I stopped before they fell off, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's like a scene from The Big Lebowski or something.
Tell us the craziest thing that you have ever accidentally left on top of your car.
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. The Tourette's drummer.
Does the dog die?
Hi there, Morning KIX. What is the craziest thing you ever accidentally left on top of your car?
Well, it wasn't a car. It was my motorcycle.
Okay, what was it?
Well, a few years back, me and my wife and people went up to Sturgis, right?
Mhm.
Our bikes. And we ended up by this roadside park. And for some reason, I guess I didn't realize my wife got off the motorcycle and went to the ladies' room. So me and my brother sitting there, and he's just ready to ride up to Devil Rock. I go, yeah, well, let's go. So then he took off, and I leave my wife at this biker bar.
She's never been the same after.
All of a sudden, we're leaning down to the highway to turn out and get on the road right away down there. Oh, I pulled out on the blacktop. I go down about a mile on the blacktop. I go, Dennis, my wife fell off.
Oh, no.
I go, holy crap. So anyway, make a long story short, I turn back around. I pull back up to the front of the bar. There's my wife, and she's madder than a hornet.
Yeah, but
I
now
bet.
she's an honorary member of the Hells Angels. So
She's looking at me like, what the heck did you just do?
how'd you get that back patch, sweetie?
Anyway, make the story funny. These bikers were sitting there, and they looked at me and they go, you know what, I don't blame you leaving her. I go, what do you mean, dude? He goes, we don't want her either. She wouldn't even show us her. You know
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Thank.
She didn't talk to me for 2 hours later on that ride that day. She just was mad.
Thanks for calling, man.
Nobody breaks into your car if it looks like a crazy persona. The more you know. That's what Megan said. Okay, yeah. So what happened with the elevator?
Oh, okay, the elevator story. So there's this guy in Berlin, Germany, who died this last Thursday after an accident involving one of these old-fashioned jump-on, jump-off elevators. So they just go up and they go down. The old-fashioned kind, they didn't have stopping points. What they call these paternoster elevator.
Okay.
That's what those are called.
Sure.
And I guess, let me get past all the details. It was coming down from an upper floor, and he went to jump off a little late, and he got stuck. And he died at the scene.
Oh, my God.
So in some German public buildings, the paternoster elevators still exist. So this happened, ironically, where a ophthalmological clinic and a physiotherapy clinic are.
That's just mean.
He was there, yeah. So on these old elevators, they move really, 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 really slow. So you got to really almost be trying to get stuck in one.
That is a terrible
The old
way
cage
to
type
die.
elevators, they have a door and they just keep moving and you open it, you jump off, and most people say the stairs are quicker than a paternoster, but
that is a terrible way to die. Just
yeah.
my gosh.
So what was cut off or what was severed, they didn't say, thankfully.
Thankfully.
This is kind of weird, too. These, let me get to the story. Boy, they write stories so awfully. So at Miami International Airport, airport authorities, flight authorities heard a chirping sound coming from this bag. And so when they pulled it aside, seized it, they discovered that a smuggler had these baby parrots, 24 of them, that had hatched during the flight. He was trying to bring in these illegal parrot eggs from Central America, and all of them had hatched. Yep, so they all lived. They're fine.
Oh, yay. Good. Today is World Dracula Day.
World Dracula Day. I want to bite your neck. Count with me. 1, 2,
You know, as far as national holidays go, I think this one really sucks.
There it is. Google has pulled a slavery simulator game from their Play Store in Brazil.
What?
Okay. It was this cell phone game that allowed people to buy and sell and even discipline and torture enslaved people. Has caused outrage in Brazil. No. Really? It's already been downloaded by more than 1,000 people who can continue to use it. Because once it's been downloaded to their phone, they can't do anything about that,
Right.
But they can stop future downloads.
No.
Activists are demanding action about its developer, identified as Magnus Games, and Google, who allowed it before realizing what it is.
Right.
Oh, well, the movie The Conjuring, here's something for your vacation plans. Jen doesn't know the movie The Conjuring, but for those of you that do, the house that inspired the movie is offering camping experiences. So it's in Burrillville, Rhode Island, and it's called The Conjuring House because of the movie. The eight different campsites have been set up on the property, each with a 3 to 4 person tent. You can be rented for $300 to $400 a night, and each has its own fright factor rating, said to correlate with the spookiness of the experience. You can bring your own equipment to investigate what might await. And you don't see this house on screen in The Conjuring. It's, they don't show that house, the actual house. But it did host real-life events that served as the basis for the movie. The Perrin family, who were dramatized in the movie, they lived there.
Nope.
if I want to stay at a place that's guaranteed to scare me, I'll stay right over here at this Motel 6 thing on Range Line. That, or the one down here by I-44. How is that still up? How is that still in existence? Why hadn't someone bought that and raised it to the ground? Joplin with its deserted hotels, or maybe the ones that aren't deserted that have, the meth heads all living in them. I think the scariest thing about staying in a tent is the price, $300 to $400 a night.
For a tent?
Yeah.
Yikes. Do you want to go ahead and call it?
I guess so.
Stuff done.
I'm not seeing anything else in here. So you know everything now. You can go around being a don't know it all because you do.
Don't forget, we got a new podcast coming out today.
Yeah, what's it about?
Weirdest thing in your car. It's a car.
Weirdest thing you ever left in your car, or that's in your car right now. And on Monday, don't forget, Matt Thomas, Parmalee, 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm. And then on Tuesday, we'll be back. We'll have that Monette Outlaw tractor pull ticket. No, we won't.
No, that won't happen. So the promoter from that turned out that he was just a shifty, no good, something or the other, and he disappeared. So that won't be happening. But we will have the O'Reilly Outlaw National VIP giveaway on KIX1025.com.
And then the Father's Day joke challenge also starts.
Yes. So both of those will be going on starting Monday. And both of them are really, really awesome contest prizes that we're going to be giving away. So those all start on Monday.
And then Tuesday, we'll be talking about burglary of inconvenience.
And we're also going to be going shopping for the weirdest food we can find for when we talk about that on Wednesday. So
yes, it's going to be great.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Stay out of my pool.
Bye.